Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we are playing with Phyrexian Tribal, but we have a throbbing hot injection of Roaming Throne. Is that going to take this deck to a whole new level? You betcha it will. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, and 60% of the time, I win every time. Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters. Smells of mint and lavender. And I'm bringing to a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by whoguess. I love the decks by whoguess. Whoguess is frequently talking to me in the chats. Yeah, and he put out another great deck today, which he has entitled Golgari Throne Incubate. Now that's a very descriptive one. After playing it a couple times, I realized this thing should be called the Phyrexian Throne. So there's the better name for you right there. Phyrexian Throne. All right, so whoguess, we're going to take your deck out. We're going to see what's going to go on. So what are we going to do? We're going to take a look at the cards in the deck real quick. We're going to then talk about how this deck should work. And then we will go out and crush some hopes and dreams. All right, let's see. I do have a note from whoguess here at the bottom of his description. He says, attention, to properly trigger Glissa, Herald of Predation, you should, and this is in case we're doing Roaming Throne. We'll get to that in a little bit. Number one, deactivate the auto trigger abilities in gameplay settings. I didn't do that. You'll see that when playing. And then number two, first choose Transform and then choose Incubate because the stack resolves backwards from the last ability. And that was super important, that number two thing right there. All right, so let's take a look at the cards. What do we got going on here? Number one, creature kill. Guy that gets bigger with each other guy you put out. When other creatures in the battlefield under your control, the creature has greater power or toughness, then this guy gets bigger. Okay, that explains why he doesn't get bigger sometimes. Creature kill. This guy he's a Phyrexian Lord, as in he gives your dudes, all your Phyrexians +1/+1. And you can bring him back from the graveyard, and he gives all your Phyrexians menace until the end of turn when he enters the battle. This guy is a mana dude. Trample 4/4, toxic 1, and proliferate whenever he deals damage to a player. This guy is stacked. He is an absolute unit. This guy, when he comes into the battlefield, you put out a pod bebe with 2 on it, and for 5 mana, transform target incubator token you control, and you double the number of counters on it, so it'll become a 4/4 if you play 5. Otherwise, it'll just be a 2/2. All right, Glissa, first strike death touch. Whenever it deals damage to an opponent, you draw a card and you lose life, or you destroy target enchantment, or you remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. Now, that's important because if we got Roaming Throne out, you get to do 2 of those things rather than just 1. Same thing here. I think we trigger it. It would trigger 2 incubates. You get 2 pod babies out of it if you had Roaming Throne out. We'll get to Roaming Throne in just a second. I should have got to it first. Sheoldred. Yeah, God, everything's about Roaming Throne. All right, so what is you? It's got Ward 2 and it's a 4/4. You pick a type, which is going to be Phyrexian, and it becomes a Phyrexian Golem. And then if a triggered ability of another creature you control, the chosen type triggers, it triggers it additional time. So therefore, Sheoldred will cause 4 points of damage, and you'll gain 4 life. You get to do 2 abilities from Glissa. You'll get 2 pod babies. You get to proliferate twice. You get to destroy 2 cards in graveyards twice. You get to double. You'll get to double menace, I think. And in this one, you'd get 2 Popo counters if you happen to get a Popo counter. All right, so yeah, Roaming Throne doubles everything. And the one thing I learned in Magic cards a long time ago is anytime something says double or triple, that's what you got to play. That's where the real magic is at. And lastly, Glissa, Herald of Perdition. Herald of Perdition. So at the beginning of combat, you get to choose any one of the ability. If you have Roaming Throne, you get to do it twice. This is what whoguess's whole comment was at the bottom about, is that you get, if you do transform all incubator tokens you control, you do that first, and then you say, I want to incubate twice, then you'll put out the babies, and then you'll turn them into creatures straight up. Now, the thing is, I found that the PHYREXIANs gain control, or you control gain first strike and death touch in a turn. That is such a fantastic ability. And if you got enough dudes out, you're racing them out between her and the Elvish Vatkeeper, popping out a bunch of incubate babies. Then, especially with Roaming Throne, you'll be able to just pound out a bunch of guys, give them all first strike and death touch on the next turn, and people will just be pooping their pants. That's all there is to it. All right, what do we got? We got a bunch of things that you just pick PHYREXIAN for. You got Tri-lands, the ability to go look, to cycle it for something else. Get rid of enchantments and artifacts, bring something back from the graveyard. That's pretty much it. All right, so what are we going to do with this deck? We're going to be putting out our PHYREXIANs hardcore. We're going to try to build our mana base, keep them strong, try to get to a Roaming Throne, double everything these guys are doing, and overwhelm your opponent with pure PHYREXIAN superiority. All right, so before we go and see if we can make that happen, let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. All right, playing against Danny Voy, 863. Nope, no trees. He's a butcher. Now, I hope we pick up more mana than this. We really need it. Mana! He's looking. He's playing the Is It cards. He's still looking for stuff. And we win. PHYREXIAN overkill. Operation successful. All right, playing against Johnny 2x4. Keep. That's weird. We got a lot of singletons here. It makes you not want to play slow lands. In your face. There we go. All right, so we got 3 mana, so we can play our fast guys if we need to. That's good. We're actually doing very well. He's just trying to ramp up. All right, we still got that one PHYREXIAN around to populate, to get that cut down going on, to propel it into somebody's face. Hopefully it keeps it. Nah, he's just playing that. Hopefully he's got little boys. All right, we'll go right here. You can wait on that, it's fine. Not you, Scrapgorger. Alright, we're still loaded with a cut down for something small. Let's see what he puts out here. Something big. Nothing with reach. Just grabbed another one. Yeah, I think I could just win. Let's get the evolving adaptive a little bit stronger. Not you. Alright, that should be it. And we win. Winner, winner, victory dinner. Alright, we're playing against Stegan. Stegan. Keep. No trees. They're too whiny. I'm not a big fan. What do we got? Kill. Throw this out right there. A couple Glissas. Glissa. Alright, you woke up, but you can be silent now. Scrapgorger. Put out the first of our Glissa here. Alright, so even though they both got Death Touch, I got First Strike Death Touch, which is the worst combination. See, like, she can even kill all of those guys before they get a chance to do anything to her. Up. I guess I could have waited. He would have came out with the that guy anyway. I would have just let it happen. I think he needs to die as that guy right there. So death. Alright, we're going to start playing with the little artifact babies here. Of course, Glissa should be able to take this guy out. No, it doesn't do artifacts, just enchantments. PHYREXIANs. We can do two at a time. That's a glorious thing. All right, all in, Glissa. Go do your thing. All right, Herald of Predation. You're going to be my big winner here in a second. Are you just going to sit there and chump? Is that the deal? Non-stop? I mean, I got some guys. I'm going to rush around. It'll be totally fine. All right, mana out. Glissa. I picked it twice accidentally. That's ridiculous. All right, we want to transform. All right, chump, chump. Chewy chump. Oh, that is not good. What do we got? 3 counters or anything up there? Nothing to get rid of. So let's just draw a card, lose a life. Draw a card, lose a life. We are all coming for you. All of us. Of course, I don't necessarily want to send the Throne out when we got that guy. Throne, you're going to stay behind. Maybe even Herald of Predation. Still good. Jeez, people. He's got enough finally to kill off Glissa. I gotta go for it, though, is the problem. He's gotta slaughter him. Going out, baby. Double up. There we go. All right, you stay back. You stay back. Everybody else, you can go in. That's all fine. All right, I got a bunch of dudes being birthed every turn. Phyrexians doing what they do. Dogs and cats living together. Immortal sin. All right, got him, next turn. We got him. Unless you wipe the board right now. I mean, he's got 4. He'll have 6. There's 7. I got like a billion dudes. He'll get 2 more. He'll be up to 9. Yeah, okay, another land. That didn't work out terribly well for me. Let's see. Go! Should I give Phyrexians that control Death Touch and First Strike? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to incubate twice. And do that. There we go. Welcome to the party, baby. Alright, everybody's screwed. All you guys are going to die, or you're going to die. That's your only choice here. I believe, potentially, all of the above. Just pick, man. There's nothing to it. There you go. And he's down to 1. Okay, I can throw a couple blockers out there if I need to. I don't like being a 6 mana. It's a little on the scary play side there. Down to 5. He sells a lot of mana. He's down to 1. There we go. Okay, you can still do a point of damage to me. I know it. And he killed himself. All right, there we go. Victory. All right, we're playing against WildBore. Yeah, you are a boar. Keep. No to goblins. All right, 2. Let's get ourselves a little mana ramp going on. PHYREXIAN. Alright, so they'll have the ability to play cut down. I think we're going to see dinosaurs. You do play a cheap one so I can kill it with the easy card. There you go, this guy can kill. Alright, let's just send him in. Glissa. Okay, straight up. I should have done it differently. I should have put something right here first. And then when I would proliferate, we could have got that guy bumped up faster. Yeah, gotta work on that. Alright, guys, up to 5. He's gonna have some good stuff here, but I gotta go for a throat. And it's not gonna help against that. This is against creatures only. I'll be able to clear whatever creature he puts out, though. And we'll be able to go straight at our friend Nissa. Let's do this on our turn. Death. How do we get our mana back? And we win! Boom, boom! Goes the room. Alright, playing against God mode. Oh, see anything going on good? Nope. Let's just throw out green to start off with. Anything will do. Scrapgorger on the next turn. You shouldn't be playing all artifact creatures. That's not a thing really anymore. I think I played against somebody where somebody was comboing against that. Alright, we still have the ability to kill something else that he puts out. I'm not a big fan of the Gala Greeter. There's somebody I need to kill. Yeah, we'll choke that guy up too. Have a good time. I got 4 mana. And the ability to kill a rabbit. I can kill a rabbit. Alright, I believe we can get double mana from the Scrapgorger now. Let's see if I can do this. How is that only 1 mana? What a complete ripoff. All right, 17. We got the mana now to put out the Herald of Predation. We can start going crazy town on them. All right, we took it. That's fine. You can make them into what, like dogs? Yeah. All right, transform them all. Incubate, and there we go. No attacks. We'll play it cool, baby. We can start giving them all Death Touch pretty soon, or First Strike. We can do that on next turn. It'll be pretty egregious. I should put this guy out first. All right, we're cool. What can we do there? No attacks. He's going to get some more guys out, but we go First Strike next time. All right, let's go. Have a good time. They can fight it out over that. And we win! I don't know if the math was there, but as I like to say, no math! Alright, so here we are with the Phyrexian Throne. And it was a fantastic deck. Just incredible. You know, this is the first time we got to play with the Roaming Throne, and the Roaming Throne works really great with decks like this one. Alright, so let's see, who was the MVP, the most valuable player? I mean, it's got to be the Roaming Throne because it's the one that makes this whole thing ramp up from level 1 to level 2. Mixing it together with everything else we got there makes the deck so much better. Yeah, it was definitely the Roaming Throne. The combo that worked so nice with this was Roaming Throne and Glissa Herald of Predation because of the fact that you get to create 2 dudes and then bring them into play on that exact turn. Even if you're just like even Phyrexians you control again, First Strike and Death Touch, that is enough. That is like the worst combo. That's what Glissa the Sunslayer teaches us. And yet all of our guys get that, which means that they are all murderers that will outlive anything that is done that they do. They can come and touch anybody. As long as they're not fighting against other First Strikes, they'll, or double strikes, they will just totally survive the situation. Yeah, this is a great deck. All of the cards work well together. It is all the Phyrexians high-fiving each other. Makes you really love the Phyrexians in this situation. So there you go, Roaming Throne. You are definitely our MVP, the most valuable player, and you're going to look great walking around Disneyland, which is where MVPs go to. All right, number one, was this deck competitive? I ended up getting an 80% win rate. Yeah, no, it's a fantastic streak. I played it looks like 10 times. I was win, loss, win, 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 win. It was an incredibly good deck that had a really high win rate. I was a little concerned there wasn't going to be enough control. But between the go for the throat and cut down, we were able to take care of most of what we needed to. Other than that, it's just getting your guys prepared to get out there and just control the board. They do an incredible job of that. Glissa is such a badass, and this deck makes great use of it. I mean, if anybody should be sitting on the Phyrexian throne, it should be Glissa. All right, so 80% win rate. Was this deck fun? Absolutely, it was fun. What was great was you had those cut down and go for the throat, so with 1 and 2 mana, meaning that you got enough of them out that you're able to take out early threats no problem. If I wanted to hold back for a little bit, I mean, I should have. I'm just not much of a holder backer. Everything looks like a threat to me. Evolving Adaptive is probably the one guy. I mean, he's fine. He comes out, he gets bigger. You know, for a 1-drop, he's decent. But he's not integral to the swap of what's going on here. If you can find another Phyrexian that costs 1 drop in the black-green variety, you can feel free to swap him out. The big guy that you really need early on is your Armored Scrapgorger. That guy was the thing. You needed that ramp to be able to get your other stuff faster and quicker. So yeah, Armored Scrapgorger was 100% necessary. I was disappointed. This is if a triggered ability of another creature you control of chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. So unfortunately, I guess it's an activated ability, not a triggered ability. That's the reason why. I was hoping it would cause the Armored Scrapgorger to give me 2 mana. Instead, it just removed two cards from people's graveyards. That's all right. It's a thing. I was able to get more oil counters on it faster because of it. So that still worked out pretty good. Altogether, I was very pleased with it. So was this a fun deck? Absolutely it was. Lastly, was this interesting? Well, it was a tribal deck, so obviously it was going to be interesting to me. Was there... See, that's the big thing, is it wasn't very much from the Lost Caverns. That's one thing I was a little disappointed in, but we did get Roaming Throne, and that was huge to this deck. Being able to get a nice tribe going and put Roaming Throne and have tribe dudes that have a lot of triggered abilities. Yeah, totes, man. This deck was completely interesting. It was also nice we had, Cavern of Souls there, which that's also from the Lost Caverns, a.k.a. Lost Cavern of Souls. And, it works great, just like Secluded Courtyard with being in a tribal deck. So altogether, yeah, this was fantastic. Let's add that up. Was it competitive? Absolutely. Was it fun? Totes. Was it interesting? So that makes this deck an A+ deck. A+. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. I would highly recommend you pick one up should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.